Good question. So I want to be clear about my position versus what other people are doing or excuses that they're using, and there are many, to continue to wage these counterproductive regime change wars. There is a threat that's posed by terrorist groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. So when I say that I'm a dove on regime change wars and a hawk on this war against terrorist groups like Al-Qaeda and ISIS, I believe that we have to be tough and defeat that threat in order to keep the American people safe. That's a fact. We can't bury our head in the sand and pretend that this doesn't exist. However, you mentioned the war in Yemen. I have been one of the leading voices in calling on the United States to end all U.S. support. That has nothing to do with the quote-unquote war on terror. All it has to do with is this administration using our military and our military assets to help Saudi Arabia fight this war in Yemen, this genocidal war in Yemen that's killing tens of thousands of civilians, that's causing mass starvation, greatest humanitarian crisis in the world. That's not what I'm talking, that's not the war on terror. So you've got to make a distinction here between the position I'm taking and saying we've got to keep the American people safe and have not necessarily a stronger policy, but I'm saying a smart policy that actually accomplishes that, rather than one that we have seen has been counterproductive to our national security. I'll talk about the situation with Iran. You're talking about leaders who are abusing their power and trying to make the excuse, as in Iran, this president has designated, for the first time in history, the military of another country as a terrorist organization. How dangerous that is, what a dangerous precedent that sets. Mike Pompeo, Secretary of State, literally said, when asked, so you're saying that the head of Iran's military should be treated the same as ISIS? He said yes. That is a direct abuse of constitutional power, a constitutional power that lies within Congress to make the decision to declare war or not. So I've introduced legislation to deal with some of these kinds of abuses called the No More Presidential Wars Act. And this legislation would make it an impeachable offense for any president to bypass Congress and to unilaterally go and start waging a war in another country. Okay, that's great. You introduced that legislation as a member of Congress. What are you going to do when you're president? Sign it. Thank you.